Jay, I think some people inevitably say and want to ask you, there's a question like this that's come in. Of all the things you can do to create coherence, and there are many, and Ayurveda is filled with many, and of course there's yoga and breathing and so on. What would you say is the key to creating coherence, if there is one? You've been meditating and studying Ayurveda as long as anyone here in the West. You were one of the early, even though you weren't a medical doctor, you were with medical doctors over the last 35 years. So you have a big perspective, but if somebody said to you, well, I can't do a lot, what would you think is the most important thing or things?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. In yoga, which is very popular, the highest form of yoga is considered meditation, because you can get to a state, the state that you want to experience through yoga, but it's more difficult than through meditation. The mind is more powerful. It's subtler than the body. It can influence the body more than the body influences the mind. But meditation, first of all, is, the Raj Yoga, the royal yoga. And every, ancient tradition, it's not just the Vedic tradition, but in other traditions as well, they recognize that the key is getting to a state during meditation where the mind is completely settled, the value of silence in meditation. And in some traditions, in the Vedic tradition, it's known as samadhi, getting to that state. In other traditions, it's nirvana or satori. But it's all this experience of transcending. And that's where Transcendental Meditation gets its name. We're transcending thought. Transcend is to go beyond, going beyond even the quietest thought, and transcending so that the mind is alert but not thinking of anything, a state of purely being conscious. And while that may sound intriguing to many people, I mean, it's called nirvana in some traditions, but scientifically, the importance is that in the transcendental state, when we transcend at the deepest point of meditation, the brainwave coherence is most pronounced. And that is the key to really human development. People are on a scale in terms of, their health, their creativity, their mental functioning, their level of happiness, their level of fulfillment. And that scale is, in a very real sense, a coherence scale, going from the least coherent brains to the most coherent brains. And that should be the criterion, for evaluating really any meditation program, and coherence should be the strategy, for really evaluating any natural medicine program. In the United States, our healthcare statistics are not very good. Compared to other developed nations, there was an article in Forbes, and, compared to Norway and Sweden and the UK and other countries and Canada, of these 10 top industrialized nations, the US is 10th in statistics, even though we have the most expensive healthcare system. And the reason, I believe, an important reason why that is, well, there's a couple of reasons, but, the coherence principle is a coherence principle that is applicable in all of medicine. It's not just alternative medicine or natural medicine. In Western medicine, allopathic medicine, you get rid of a disorder by applying some pharmaceutical or some strategy to offset the disorder and create order or coherence in that part of the physiology. But we don't get healthy by going to a pharmacy and ordering a lot of pharmaceuticals, and we're going to eat the pharmaceuticals. What gets us healthy is eating right, exercising, relaxing, good sleep. And those are well understood to be the things that keep us healthy. But we have to apply the coherence principle, not just when we're sick and we need to take a pharmaceutical, but we need to apply the coherence principle to the everyday things that keep us healthy. We need to meditate for coherence, relaxation. We need to eat for coherence. We need to have good digestion. And that is all based on coherence. We need good sleep. And good sleep depends on, having a body that is coherent and not having a body that is anxious. The evening anxiety, the evening activity in the mind that we don't want when we're trying to go to sleep, that is, the equivalent to the anxiety that, very often Vata types have, during the day. So coherence is the key, and the key is to apply it to the everyday things that keep us healthy and a good daily coherence routine.